Dude. So, how you doing, man? You doing good?
I'm doing good, really good. I
Your
like the
class
way
reunion party just kept you up all night long.
all night I'm on 2 hours of sleep, so but it's worth it.
Yes, I know. But
Yeah.
all right. Well, yeah. With that being said, man, let's hop into it. So, as far as Bitcoin goes, we've passed 30K, dude. This is crazy.
I know we
Now, today, actually, no, wait, hold on. We're not there. I think we dropped below now, didn't we?
we did, but
Yeah,
we've hit 30K or higher like 3 times now.
right. But as of right now, here, let's take a look at this just really quick because I just want to see how we're doing on it. But as of right now, we're below 30K. We're at 20, 29, 29.8.
Yep.
So earlier, 27.82. 29,780 is what I meant to say. So yeah, this is guys, this is crazy. So this is good news. This
Great
means
news.
this
This
means that we need to pass that crazy resistance line there. And actually, Brian, do you have the chart in front of you right now?
I do.
Yeah, can you
Let
take a
me
look at that just really quick? I got to
Yeah.
give you actually sharing ability
Yeah.
because I've failed to give that to you at the moment. But yeah, no, I just think that this is really good news because especially with all the news that has come out over the past couple months, that's we've been hanging out around that 26, 27 area. So this is
Yeah, it's exciting news. It's exciting to see. I feel like we might be on the start of that price build up
the question is
to the halving.
the question is win Lambo.
What?
Win Lambo.
When Lambo. Here we go.
You
Here's
don't remember you don't remember
no
how people used to talk back in that was like one of the big things. No, never
when
mind. Just
Lambo. No, no, sorry, that went over my head, man.
yeah.
That might be a young thing. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
I'm an old guy here. Look at
hot
all this weight.
hodl.
Decided to grow
Hodl.
my beard out. It's all white. Come on now.
Hodl, win Lambo.
Uh,
Okay.
oh, so here's the chart. Here's Bitcoin chart, right? And this was looks like I'm gonna just open it up a little more. We got the we got the 20 and 50-day moving average above the 200, which we really like. And now you can see where it just the last few days it just shot up. We've hit 30,000 plus a couple times. So I'm really liking this, and you can see just the straight up almost the last couple of days. From here, it went up. We had like a 12% gain over a matter of 5 days a week. That's great. So now we just got to hopefully continue that momentum, and we got to break above this resistance. So let's see what happens like at 29. Might be a little bit of a support if we can turn that into support and maybe bounce off that and shoot up above 30,000. We break that 31,000 mark. Hopefully it'll come back down, test it, and turn that into support. So I'm hoping we'll have to wait and see, or maybe this might start going sideways. Building up more strength before it tries to reattack that 31,000 support. Resistance.
Yeah, now
So
can you what do you got right there for the chart reading? Are you on the daily or is
yeah,
that
this
the
is the daily wicks.
Yeah, can you pull that back out for do the weekly for a second? I would like to see that.
All right. So here's the weekly chart,
Oh, dude, look how beautiful that is.
right?
That is so
So,
beautiful.
where all the moving averages are looking right, all in order 20, 50, 200. Right now, kind of looks like it might be using that 50 as support. 50-day moving average, right around the 27,000. That'd be nice. That turns into a new support. It
But yeah,
possibly
like the real serious target that we got to blow past is
right
what is
here. If
that?
we
Like,
blow, if
yeah,
we blow past 31,000, it's
it's all
gonna
the way up to
go.
40 plus.
Yeah, it probably hit 40.
Yeah.
Definitely hit 40, and that's where it'd probably be a good battle there. So, and people were thinking that this buildup was going to happen probably by the time the halving comes in April 2024. Who knows? With all this momentum, it could be a lot quicker. Like when they had that just recently, when there was a false rumor that Bitcoin ETF got approved, we had that spike up and down. Like, let me see if I can find that wick. All in a matter of like 30 minutes. There's just like a huge, like 10% up, 10% down. Because of that, everybody thought the ETF got approved. So everybody was just like, oh my God, I got to get into Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a precursor.
Well, the ETF basically is approved. I mean, it hasn't been officially, but
right, but once that launches.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that was just like a preset for like what was going to actually happen and more.
Right. So I think that could push Bitcoin possibly well over 40,000 before the halving comes. Who knows? This is going to just be very interesting the next few months and see what happens. Like they're saying possibly the ETFs won't get approved until January. So, but I think we're still going to have our strong buildup the end of the year, October, November, December. But if an ETF gets approved before the end of the year, it could skyrocket. You could see just like I have a Bitcoin dominance chart here, right? Its dominance is growing. We're up to like 52%, 53% Bitcoin dominance over the overall.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think
altcoin market. So,
and it could, and honestly, it really could. In the past, it's done like what 60+%.
Yeah, so I think it could. So if Bitcoin goes up to, say, we get that 40,000, where the altcoins still are lagging behind, Bitcoin could get that 60%. Let me go to a weekly chart on that dominance. All right, so 60%, it could happen. Who knows? If it gets above this 200-day moving average and turns that into support, even for a short period of time, it could,
that could
skyrocket.
Yeah.
It could get up to this 60, 63% dominance. But I think after that, we're gonna see the altcoins play catch up. And when altcoins play catch up, they can actually go up pretty quickly. So, and I'm seeing some altcoins themselves have had some great gains with this Bitcoin increase. So who knows? We'll see. It's interesting, but
yeah, it totally is.
I like seeing the green candle wicks.
Oh, dude, I love it. Everybody loves it. That's just like, that's huge. So there's actually an article I'm going to take over at the moment so I can show you this. There's an article that came out in correlation to our conversation about Bitcoin being at 30K. Of course, as ETF hopes to drive the bulls is what you were just talking about. This came out yesterday talking about that Bitcoin forks wow.
Forks led.
Thank you.
I think they looks like they spelled
alternative token gains for the past 24 hours and outpacking major tokens. So this is the other thing that's actually kind of interesting. The concept of forks, Bitcoin forks and whatnot. I want to get into that in a little bit, but
okay.
But yeah, so Bitcoin crosses over 30K mark during the morning hours of Friday, extending its weekly gain to over 11% as bullish statements around a possible spot Bitcoin exchange trading fund or an ETF approves. So yeah, so it's just kind of just like, regurgitating the idea of that. But listen to this. So tokens formed by forking of Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SV jumps as much as 26%. So I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not.
A lot of these Bitcoin forks, yeah, they jumped up like crazy. It was and that really is interesting to me, because I have. Well, I mean, it's especially with Bitcoin SV because if I'm not mistaken, I believe wasn't that Dr. Craig Wright's big push? I'm pretty sure that was.
Remember, was it?
I'm pretty sure that it was Dr. Craig Wright's push was Bitcoin SV. So it's just interesting. Bitcoin forks have been such an interesting philosophy, and I honestly thought that they were kind of personally, I've always thought that they were kind of dead. So to see them actually being pushed in like serious profit gains,
Yep.
and like looking at it here, I mean, let's look at this Bitcoin forks. See if I can actually,
Okay.
because this is really, um, so wrapped token. Let's see what this one. No, it wasn't this one. It was actually Bitcoin SV was the one I think it was, is that they were talking about.
There were so many of them. I'm having some audio problems.
Yeah, I saw that for a second. So Bitcoin SV. You still with me? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that better?
There we go. Yep, I
All
hear you
right.
now.
Sorry
Yep.
about that.
Yep. Um,
So you got Bitcoin SV.
yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's not like popping up. Hold on one second. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, just to kind of get back to the point of this, but it's yeah, I noticed that it was yesterday. I noticed that it was at 20%, 26% gain. And so I think that it's going to be interesting to find out like if we're going to if those are actually going to have growth and stay growing, because I don't really know much about why.
Yeah, and
But
I've heard like some people believe like Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, they're just junk coins per se.
yeah,
Why?
yeah,
You know,
exactly. I mean, and they have it's really nothing's ever going to surpass. I don't believe anything's ever going to surpass BTC in general, like as far as
no.
its market cap goes.
So I don't think like Bitcoin SV or Bitcoin Cash are going to reach their all-time highs again either.
Right,
Wasn't
exactly.
Bitcoin Cash like up to like 4 or 5,000 at one point?
Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, no, actually, let's take. I actually no, I want to look at this because it's actually really interesting. It's like for me, I remember Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, that soared to the moon.
Right? Let me yeah, I'm just curious. I'm gonna see what it was.
So Bitcoin Cash or BCH, yeah, it's at $240.
What's its all-time high?
So it's all time high. It's $4,355.
Right?
Holy crap! Look at that. It's 94%. Dude, that's so crazy. I just don't. Yeah, I don't really think that there's going to be any stability. You know how
Yeah.
there's like these negative opinions about Bitcoin where people are like,
Yes.
it's going to zero. It's going to zero. And you hear people say literally like, oh, it's going to zero. You know,
I was
I
talking to
I would
people
agree
last
with
night.
I would
They
agree with their philosophy on all of these forks of Bitcoin. Probably going to zero, or
yeah.
close to zero. You might as well call it zero if you bought in at $4,000 and now it's $240. Sure, all the Bitcoin forks probably going to zero. But it's just so weird to me that some people are hanging on to this stuff and like then you got, you know, like I don't understand why. I mean, let me see. Hold on. I think it might still actually be here on the 24-hour volume.
I mean, I had a reunion last night, so I spoke to a lot of people I haven't seen in years, and some of them still have no clue what Bitcoin actually is.
Yeah, and that's a
You
good
know,
sign too.
I was like, really? They're like, you're into that? I'm like, yeah, I'm into it a little bit.
Yeah, look at this. Bitcoin SV. This was
Oh, holy cow.
yeah, and the increase has just been crazy. Look at this. Look at this right here.
Wow.
Went up to $58. No, went up higher than that. It went up to 58-ish dollars.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
it's back down to 56, but the all-time high with this one was 491.
right. So what do they use it? coin for? What is the use purpose for Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash? Just another.
Well, so basically, and I could be wrong about this, so please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments here. Okay,
Oh, real
but
quick, this is not financial advice,
oh
everybody.
yes,
We're
none
not
of it is.
financial advisors. This is just our opinions and views on cryptocurrency in general. So
Right.
it's entertainment purposes only, folks.
So just to kind of be clear on what I think this is all about is this was a fork. This was a Bitcoin fork. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Dr. Craig Wright was the one who really took this on and basically was trying to push this as the new Bitcoin, the more improved Bitcoin,
Faster.
because
That's right.
faster, exactly. Yeah. Because these forks, the whole concept of these forks is for them to be more efficient instead of trying to go through like the Bitcoin Lightning Network and trying to improve Bitcoin in general. It's like, I guess if I was to put this more simply, it's like, how do we have the value of gold, but also make it 100 times lighter, you know?
Yes.
So we can carry it, or in 100 times smaller, same value, but 100 times lighter and smaller, so we can carry it better. You know, like that's kind of like the
That's
metaphor.
that's a good metaphor. I like that. It's not going to happen.
No, it's not. And so Dr. Craig Wright, which by the way, for those of you who don't know who Dr. Craig Wright is, supposedly he is he claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto himself. And in addition to that, he's also claimed, but it's interesting when I talked with John McAfee about this, he was telling me that Dr. Craig Wright was in fact a part of the actual development team of Bitcoin. And he actually ended up getting the rights to the white paper too, which is really interesting. He actually took, I think that was like a few years back, he actually claimed the rights for the white paper of Bitcoin.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really,
that's right. There was a court. Wasn't there a court case on
there
that?
was a whole court case on it and everything. It's just crazy. So, anyways, but he basically said we need to kind of put Bitcoin behind us and move forward. And so he basically took ownership of, well, not literal ownership of Bitcoin SV, but in some senses, he kind of took ownership of it, saying this is what needs to happen. And I don't know, dude. It's just like whenever he talks, and maybe it's just because I have my own personal, like, everybody's got their own envision of who Satoshi Nakamoto is. He just never felt
He didn't fit the mold.
he didn't. No, his attitude and everything just didn't seem to fit the mold of it. But then again, it's like, well, who knows who Satoshi Nakamoto is? Because no one really
Right.
actually, so it's like maybe that is him, and maybe this is just his
I
opinion.
would
But
like I would like his wallet though.
yeah, right. But no one seemed to buy it. No one seemed to actually buy the
That he
idea that
was
he
the
was.
creator of Bitcoin.
And that was the other thing too, is that he actually is like, he didn't really show, like he owns a crap ton of BTC, but it didn't really show. It just, I don't know, it just, things didn't add up. So it's just, anyway, so this Bitcoin fork, it's just interesting to me. I guess if there was any Bitcoin fork that would make sense to have some kind of growth, this would be the one, because it has Craig Wright behind it. Now, I don't know if he's
Yes.
still behind it or not, because I haven't looked into it for a long time, but that's just,
I mean, there
that's,
was Bitcoin Diamond, also Cash. There was like a half a dozen different Bitcoins.
oh my goodness, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold. I mean, there was Bitcoin everything, for all these. But the thing is like we're creating ways to allow BTC to actually be more efficient without having to create these forks of it, So it's not, I don't think it's necessary to create all these forks of Bitcoin. I don't,
No, I wonder
I
if
think it's just a big money grab in the grand scheme of it all,
possibly, and well, they were created back, several years ago too. So I know some people were trying to make it because there's talk like Bitcoin's going to be the new currency and all of this. Well, Bitcoin really can't. It's just the transactions won't happen fast enough. And I think that was part of some of these forks that are trying to make Bitcoin transaction speeds a lot quicker, being able to handle more transactions. Because if it was going to be a global currency,
right,
it would have to, do millions of transactions in a second.
oh yeah, it would have to, yeah,
Where it's not, Bitcoin and instead of turning into a currency to be used, it's more turned into a store of value. And that's what Bitcoin is. It's the digital gold in my mind.
Oh yeah, it totally.
you know,
Yeah.
so and it's
Excuse me.
starting its climb. You know,
Oh, it totally is. But
I
there's
found this. Go
oh, go
ahead.
ahead. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to pull up this article I found. You know, here we are. Robert Kiyosaki. You know, he's saying Bitcoin may climb to $135,000 soon, and that's, you know, and he's done pretty well for himself. You know, so he knows what he's talking about. But I'd like to find out where he got the 135K number. But I like that number, and he said soon. To me, if someone's saying soon, that this number is going to happen before the halving, because otherwise, to me, it would be like, yeah, I think, you know, Bitcoin's going to get to 135K at the peak of the next bull market. But he left it wide open. So for him, if this happens 5 years from now, he has that ability to say, well, I predicted it. Or if it happens next year, either way. But it's still a positive sentiment on Bitcoin and where he thinks it's going, which is going up. So
Yeah, it is a very positive.
that was definitely a positive article I found on that. So,
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting too because like he's always been pro gold, pro silver, you
oh
know,
yes, yes,
and he still is, you know, but that's like this is basically just him taking that very same philosophy and, you know, digitizing, can't say that word, digitizing it, you know,
yeah,
and you know. So it's just, you know, and I think what's also interesting is that he's really close friends with Donald Trump, or at least from what I understand, he has been or still is.
yes.
And those two are not on the same page when it comes to crypto.
No,
So
Donald Trump thinks crypto's trying to replace the dollar,
yeah, and I think
and
that yeah, go ahead.
in
But
some aspects, it might try to replace some of the utility of the dollar, but we're still going to have a dollar. Countries are still going to have a currency. Maybe the currency won't be a physical piece of paper or coins. Maybe the currency in the future, I think in the future, the currency is going to be more based on digital assets, you know, cryptocurrency. But then I saw this, I can't remember where I saw it, where cash is still good, because what happens with cash, if I went to the store, the local blacksmith, and paid him $50 to do something for me, and I gave him a $50 bill, well, then he takes that $50 bill and uses it and goes to the farm and buys his food. And then the farmer will take the same $50 bill and go to the lumber yard and get wood to build his barn. And then the guy at the lumber yard takes that $50 bill and uses it for something else. So that $50 bill keeps getting circulated and it's staying within the local economy. I don't know if that will happen with Bitcoin or with cryptocurrencies. You know, that's the biggest thing. Like we always say, buy local, support the local businesses, right? And
oh
then
yeah,
in turn, the local businesses will support other local businesses and keep their local economy growing and strong. And using cash, I think, is the easiest way to do that. How will that work with cryptocurrency? I don't know, but that has to get figured out. So who knows? And then like people like to use cash. So it's a cash transaction. No one knows. It's hard to tax that money or the purchases, you know, private sales. So with cryptocurrency, if you do a private sale and use cryptocurrency, there is going to be, you know, it's going to be in the ledger showing that this transaction happened.
oh yeah,
So I don't know. I just found that kind of weird and cool in the same sense of how it was explained, keeping the money in the local economy, whereas cash is very easy to do that.
yeah. No, that's really good. That's really good. Now there's um did you see that article come out with the do you remember the here's a name, okay, that you probably haven't heard in a couple of years.
Okay.
The Winklevoss twins.
Yes. I haven't seen the article,
Dude,
but I know who you're talking about.
so they're being sued for $1 billion.
Really? For what?
So check this out. This is crazy. I don't know, it's just so interesting to me because like there's so many different things that are happening right now with people getting sued and defamation trials and scams, and it's just you know, I how many more of these things are going to keep coming out? Like I don't know. It's just it's hold on, I'm trying to pull it up here so I can show you. but
Yeah,
they yeah, those guys were like kind of one of the big faces of cryptocurrency back in the day.
they were. They did quite well for themselves.
Holy crap. Yeah, I think that they were actually, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say they were the first
Billionaire.
billionaires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crypto billionaire
right.
with a B.
Yeah. They and they actually, geez, where's that article? Yeah, so they, I remember that everybody was talking about them. Hold on, I'm just gonna put this in here really quick too.
Okay.
Gotta give us a thumbnail. Yeah, if you guys are actually, if anybody's watching this right now, you guys subscribe to the channel.
That'd be great. Help us
Subscribe
out.
to the channel, follow us, because we like to talk crypto. We like to talk all kinds of things. And we love to, more importantly, talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about.
Did you get that article?
I'm trying to get it. It's asking for my email. So, anyways, yeah. So I just, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Just while I'm pulling this up, like
Them
as far
getting
as no,
people.
well, just people in general getting sued.
Oh, bad apples. Well, depending if the people are sue happy these days. It seems like someone's going to always want to be suing someone. To me, it's just without cause. A lot of times, they fabricate these lawsuits, and to me, they're just trying to generate income or money, make some quick money. I'm going to sue you. Everybody's sue happy. You see it more and more, and I think it's just some of them are justified, but I don't think some of them aren't. Some of them are not justified. But I'd like to see why the brothers are getting sued for $1 billion. Like
Yeah.
SBF, justified. I hope he gets locked up for a long time.
Yeah.
And there were some other exchanges, Voyager, Gemini. Was it Gemini or Genesis? One of those. They went under. There's so many different exchanges that had problems.
Yeah.
And I think some of these lawsuits are justified.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely think there are. But it's just it's so hard to tell. But okay, so yeah, this is Jim. I never responded to the post request of the comment of the Winkle, or I'm sorry, on the withdrawal, but later acknowledged it had occurred. The company claims that it was earned users money to create liquidity reserved for under the program terms of service. But yeah, so I mean, this is the same kind of
stuff. They're using funds.
Yeah.
Customer funds for their own investments.
And that,
or
and,
well,
in
this turn, they had issues, so they had to try to make liquidity on their platform.
Right. So victims of Gemini earns, the meltdowns includes a 73-year-old grandmother in New York who investors and husband's life, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But yeah. So, I mean, there's going to be so many of these that are going to come out probably. It's just crazy. I don't know. It could be true, but I just feel like for these guys, it just doesn't, I don't know. I think it's, maybe I'm wrong.
I know you never know. I mean, what someone's going to do.
Well, people get kind of greedy and they think, oh, you know what? I've got billions of dollars that I can work with here. So I'll just take maybe 100 million and put it towards this other project I'm working on and not ask for permission because everything will be fine.
And they're greedy and they're doing it when the market's rising.
Yeah. It is definitely a element of greed.
But then we won't see the effects of it until several months later when the market went down. So they're probably doing this. Who knows when they actually did this? Was this late 2021 or did they do it in 2022 trying to create the liquidity? I'm just curious because it kept going down and down and down, but it's a slow process until where now the market's gone down, their investments or even the money they took invested other customers' money, they lost it because they had $100 million, say they invested, or $1 billion. Now that billion's only worth, $600 million. Well, who's going to make up that $400 million gap? So it's just, who knows?
I don't know.
Those are hypothetical
I'm
numbers.
sure this story is definitely going to continue to develop. I mean,
So if it comes to find out that they kind of did along the lines what SBF did, then
Yeah.
they're just as guilty.
Well, and that's the thing. But I think the SBF thing is very
Oh no, he
evident
did it. That's
evident
a
and
much,
obvious.
yeah, that's a much larger scale
You're
too.
talking about $10 billion worth of funds, which is so crazy. So
And,
much.
and it's not like the $10 billion went just all into other investments. They're paying celebrities. Like Tom Brady got paid like $50 million for 20 hours of work. Giselle, I think,
Yeah.
was like $20 million for,
Yeah. Just
you know,
yeah. This sick
so
money.
sick money. They are buying houses and properties and all sorts of stuff with the money. Now that is like you're going to jail for a long time, buddy. You don't do that. You
Yeah.
know, you know. So I think he knew he was in a hole, and he just kept digging deeper and deeper, trying to get out of it, and he just
I mean,
buried himself.
well, at that point, it's like, yeah, what can you do? And the thing is, even if you did get out of that hole financially, how do you still not have to face the consequences, like the legal consequences? You just
Well,
say, well, I didn't lose any money, you
you
know?
keep your fingers crossed, and no one wanted to pull their money out.
Do you think people would
So
actually forgive and praise that? I mean, they're like, oh yeah,
no,
that was a stupid decision you made there, but you made money, and that's, so good job, high five.
yeah, I wouldn't.
Right,
But who
because that's
knows?
it's just
And
like,
I didn't have one penny on FTX's platform. I
but
had
that
nothing
neither
on
did
there.
I. Neither did I. I always had a bad feeling about it, and I'm not just saying that just because of what happened. I'm like, I remember talking to you about FTX. I remember you and I specifically were on the phone, and we're talking about FTX, and I'm just like, I don't want to invest on this platform for some reason, and I don't even care to invest in the token or any of that stuff. Like, I
I
just,
opened up an account. I had an
yeah,
account open, but I never
I think I
used
was
it.
just so like heavy into Tron at the time. Just
And,
like,
and Tron's over 9 cents now.
I know, right? See, Tron, baby, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I never felt good about it, and it's just that whole philosophy. Once again, it's like, don't follow the herd. That's what they say in business in general. What everybody's doing, if you're following that herd, it's going to be a massacre. The likelihood of you getting out before everybody else. The likelihood
not
of you
gonna
getting out before everybody else is by you not following them and being out to begin with. You
right
know
when they're super greedy. That's when you're getting out
exactly.
before the greed kills you.
Right. Because there is no, like, yeah, once the herd is, it's done. You've
And
kind of solidified it.
and now we've seen it twice, two bull runs with crypto.
Yes.
2017 and 2020, 2017 and 2021. And you called it on 2021. You're like, I should pull all my stuff out October 2021. And I
Yeah.
remember you telling me that like in the spring,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know. And then November came, December came. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you had something there, Cody.
Yeah. No, I definitely like,
Because you were just looking at the charts and the cycle. We're
well,
on
it,
this
it
like
was,
4-year cycle.
it was literally history repeating itself. That's
You had it,
exactly what it was.
you had it to like the week,
Yeah.
the month,
Right.
you know.
And I'm not even this crazy, TA guy either. Like, it doesn't take a lot to
But it's
just,
so easy to be greedy when the market's up like
oh,
that. I was
yeah,
greedy too,
absolutely. I
you
mean,
know.
there's a
So
guy that I have been following. And his whole philosophy is look left, look left,
look
look
left.
left, look left. And I'm like, okay. And so his whole thing is whatever it's doing today, look left a year ago. What did it do that day?
Yeah,
And then look left again. What did it do 2 years ago from the day that you're looking at? And you'll notice that it really actually does repeat itself. Believe it or not. It may
it
not be
does.
to the day, but it definitely seems to be at least within the perimeters of the month, even down to the week a lot of the times where you're just like, holy crap, this is like the same exact chart just a year ago, you
Right.
know? And if it's not that, the reason why you look back more than a year or 2 years is because you see these cycles, these bull cycles and bear market cycles take 3 or 4 years at a time, you know? So if the halving is a really good place to start. Like, okay, look and see what happens after every halving. Every
Right.
single Bitcoin halving, what happens a year after that? And then just look at that from a year ago, look at that from the 3 or 4 years prior to that, and then look 3 or 4 years prior to that. Keep looking at that and see, you'll notice that it is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, but at a higher price. We have actually succeeded in inclining with crypto. We have inclined since the beginning of cryptocurrency. We've remained with that, inclining philosophy. It's just like, so when people say crypto's dead, and when they say that, there's nothing left for BTC or crypto in general, they're very much mistaken, because they're not looking at technical analysis and seeing what's actually happening.
Or fundamental analysis.
Yeah.
What these companies, they're not looking at, well, Bitcoin, of course, is, the godfather of crypto. It's the king. But all these other cryptos out there, a lot of them are solid projects, solving problems, or making things fast and making things better. To me, I look at technology is evolving. So we went through like the .coms and the internet build up and everything else. Well, I think this is part of that.
Oh yeah,
it's just
totally.
now that technology is evolving, getting faster, getting quicker, getting more secure. So that's where we're going. And one day there's going to be a day where people are just using cryptocurrencies. It's going to be just the one touch. I touched my phone, I just pay, or it might be like Apple Pay. You just put it up to the barcode.
Yeah.
Put it up to the reader. Oh, I paid, and it automatically is linked to your wallets. If you have your own private wallets, or say you have your wallet is now at the bank. The bank has your crypto wallet. That's where you're getting paid now. Direct deposits going into a crypto wallet instead of your regular, dollar bank account.
Right. Exactly. And but just having that value behind the US dollar, or having that value behind your currency, whatever that currency is really because there's going to be a digital currency that comes out. I mean, we're kind of using it already. I mean, you think about it, like we transfer money back and forth from bank to bank. All you're doing is just transferring digital USD or whatever your government currency is. But for you to actually have BTC backing that is actually secured in an actual physical bank is going to bring so much more value, which is why we're so excited about these ETFs, because that's essentially, it's a different philosophy of it, but that's basically what's happening with that.
Yeah, and, out of the gate.
We got to get out of. We need to get out of the negative, black market. It's not that I don't.
It's used for black market
decentralization philosophies. Like, I mean, I'm not against decentralization. I think it's great. I love Tron. I love Ethereum. I love all these platforms that are creating more independence in the world of digital assets. But there is still a massive, massive, massive use case for crypto. Actually, as a matter of fact, look at this. Let me show this to you. This is an article that actually just came out. Actually, I'll bet you we could actually watch this too without getting dinged. Can you hear that?
No.
You hear this okay?
No, I could not. I hear you fine.
I wonder if it's... Well, this is an interesting video that
What's the headline on it? FBI charges.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can actually hear that, but
no.
If you can't, that's fine. So anyways, yeah, FBI charges 6 of the this is basically a black market thing that happened. $30 million transmitting business using crypto. And the FBI charges 6 people for allegedly operating an illegal 30 million transmitting business using cryptocurrency, according to the court documents filed Wednesday.
Wonder what they mean by transmitting business.
Yeah, this. So let's see. Operated in licensed in New York, according to the filing. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Using the dark net to convert Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies into cash.
Exactly.
So, okay.
And this is happening all the time. I mean, this is just this is just 6 individuals for $30 million. Okay.
Right.
And that's a lot of money, and that's a big deal. But there are thousands of people that are doing stuff like this on the deep web or dark web, whatever.
So
And crypto is
how do
the
you stop
and
that?
crypto is the asset for it, because you can't use USD or other government currencies when trying to do all this illegal activity. I mean, you can, but it makes more sense. And by the way, I'm not encouraging people to be on the dark web at all.
Well, no,
That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, this stuff happens all the time, and it gives crypto a bad rap,
it
unfortunately.
does.
So,
So that's just before crypto. People say they were, washing their money or whatever through other businesses. This just gives them another means where they could probably do it.
oh,
But
100%. I mean,
it's still
people
going
will
to,
wash their
people
crypto
are going to
money
find
by
ways
buying things on the dark web.
to circumvent the laws and regulation and rules to their benefit. There's always going to be some bad apples out there,
Yeah.
regardless of what the currency is, whether it's the dollar or crypto or whatever. I mean, look at the US currency. How much of that has been counterfeited?
Oh my
Billions
goodness.
and billions and billions of dollars. That's what the Secret Service was originally created for, to investigate counterfeiting and fraud on the US currency. And then later on, they got, assigned, to protect the president and vice president of the United States. But they investigate counterfeiting of money. I saw one time or read an article, this was a while ago, where there were $1 bills, US $1 bills were getting sent down to somewhere in South America. And they were coming back as $100 bills into the US.
Holy crap.
Because they wanted to use the paper, because our currency is a real specific type of paper. So that's why you keep seeing the dollar change or new things on it, because they're trying to, beat people taking our money and counterfeiting it. There was, money all the time being passed that's fake, but it's not getting caught, and then the few that do, there's so many more out there that are doing it that aren't getting caught. So I don't know. I think you're always going to have some type of counterfeiting or manipulation of the currency, regardless of its platform or what form it's in, whether it's, physical or digital. I mean, look what happens with credit cards. If you don't have an RFID wallet where your credit card's in, someone could walk by you with the scanner and scan your credit card information right off the card. Today, it happened to a friend of mine. And then luckily he went on the computer to check his bank account and saw he had a charge in another city from where he was for a hotel room. So he called the hotel. The guy was still in the room. Needless to say, that person got caught, but it's that simple that it's going to always happen. Someone's going to figure out a way to cheat the system. It's just, that's what bad apples do.
Right. And people do that with United States dollars anyways, too. They do it with government currencies as well.
They
It's
use
not
the
just
currency
crypto.
on the black market, the dark web.
Right. I've had so many people that have said, oh, crypto is just scam, and it's, people use it to do, bad things and wash money and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but they use that directly with the United States, dollars, and they buy assets with United States dollars. And I mean, dude, have you seen Breaking Bad before? Have you seen,
Right.
these shows before? These are inspired off of true things that have actually happened, and it was not crypto they were using. It's like crime is going to continue to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, there was another one I just watched, Made in America, where they got a pilot, right, to fly for the CIA. But the guy was smart enough where he got involved with the drug lords. So he's flying stuff for the CIA and then coming back flying stuff for the drug lords. So he was making money on both sides.
Right.
And they never could do anything, I mean, it's a good movie, Made in America.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Tom Cruise is in it. So, but it was just it's a good movie. Interesting that was based on a true story. So how stuff like that would happen,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
and I'm getting to point, he had so much cash, he didn't know where to put it. He was hiding it everywhere. He had no idea where to put all the cash he had. So maybe, but it'd probably be the same thing with cryptocurrency. everything's recorded on the ledger. Everything's recorded. So, and I think that's why the U.S. government, they're able to confiscate people's Bitcoin or know that it was an illegal transaction. It's on the ledger. That's why they have over 200,000 Bitcoin. Our
Yep.
government is holding.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how much of that's actually being held. I wonder how much they actually have in stablecoin.
I don't know. I don't
'Cause-
know if they have they must have other currencies now that have been confiscated.
Well,
you would
yeah.
think,
I mean,
or other coins.
well, I mean, dude, you got take Tether, for example. There is a crap ton of supply, or the market cap with Tether is like, I think it's 84 billion right now, or 85 billion.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's way up there. I mean, dude, I think, hold on a second. Let me see.
Yeah. So right now, Tether is 84 billion.
Yeah, 84 billion in market cap.
Almost 21 billion.
What
of
number?
volume in a 24
What number
hour
is
period.
that right now?
Number 3.
It's number 3.
You got Bitcoin,
Stablecoin is number 3.
and then Tether.
And see, this is another thing too, to like kind of think about. Bull runs are not evident until your stable coins are not in your top 10.
Right. So yeah, here, look at this. So,
Oh, you pulling it up?
Oh yeah, I got the,
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
yeah. So
No,
I
but
just got here's the top 10, right? So we have Bitcoin is 1, Ethereum is 2, and then we have Tether,
yeah,
right?
3.
Number 3.
Yeah, you're not in a bull run until you know that
Number 4 is Binance Coin, XRP, and then here, look at that, another stable coin.
USDC. So you
Right.
have 2 stable coins in the top 10. And with that being said, that there, once those get down into like, the top 20, lower, closer towards 20, that's when you know that you're actually being pushed in a bull run, in my opinion, just because all that money is being taken out of stable and being put into actual cryptocurrency. Now, the other end of the spectrum on that, the negative side would be that they're saying, oh, screw this, I'm getting out of crypto altogether. And they're just now you're losing your total market cap in the actual crypto world in general. But I don't foresee that happening. I think these are diehard holders. I think there's a lot of
so maybe what happens is our stable coins might stay at 80 billion or
and it's just
25 billion
new money come in.
And it's just new money coming in the other cryptos that are going to build, grow their market cap to become larger than the stable coins. But I think we're always going to
staking with stable coins.
Yeah, we're going to always see this is to me a good sign where we have, there's probably $200 billion.
Yeah.
Of the market cap is stable coins.
Yeah.
So that means people are believing in crypto. They're leaving their funds in a stable coin instead of transferring it back to their dollar, whatever country you're in, and getting that money out. Why would they leave this in crypto?
But it's not just that too. It's that there's also like there's lending. They're taking these stable coins and doing serious lending, which some of these platforms will give you 10-15%. I mean, that definitely
to me, anything over
CD.
like 10%, it can't be sustained.
No, it can't. But there's been offers for that kind of stuff.
And people have taken advantage of it.
Oh, absolutely. And you're going to see that stuff come crashing down in a big way too, which is kind of scary. But
so I would like to know. I'll have to search and see if I can find it. What percentage of the stable coins in the market are being staked or being in a liquidity pool so they can be lent? Curious on that. That'll be something good to find out.
Yeah, that would be interesting to find out. Yeah, because that's
because like you see, like Lido staked Ethereum. I mean, that is number 7. So this is a whole new. This is its own coin, the ST ETH coin. I did a video on Lido. So that to me is crazy, and it's liquid, and you can trade that coin, because what happens is people have their Ethereum staked through Lido's platform, and then they get a 1-for-1 coin, the ST Ethereum, for every for their Ethereum that they put in staking. So you could trade that, you can sell it, you can buy it. it's on the market, this staked Ethereum from Lido platform. So yeah, it's just everybody. I mean, and they're getting, what are they getting, like 4 or 5% right now on Ethereum? But this allows you to pull in and out quickly. So if you want to pull out and get your staked Ethereum, then you would go ahead and turn in your ST Ethereum and receive back your Ethereum coin plus whatever rewards you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you go through here, there's so many stable coins. True USD. Is that doesn't Tron have a stable coin now?
Tron's got, well, I mean, there's been multiple stable coins that have been built off of the TRX or the I don't know if you call them like a TRC20,
right,
or a TRC10. But yeah, I mean, there is a Tron stable coin, yes, on that platform that people use all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually I think it's kind of interesting, the whole stablecoin thing and how that's going to all go, because we've had so much
That's what a lot of big
negativity
money
about it.
whales and big money, they're waiting for stablecoin regulation, because that's where, like, Luna.
Well, you look what happened to Luna. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so their stable coin, which was UST, was pegged to the Luna token. So they would either burn or make more tokens to keep their stable coin at $1. And it was all, arithmetic, whatever, formulas or whatever they used, but it didn't work because they did like what you would call a bank run. They just drove it so it couldn't keep up and keep the dollar pegged, that UST dollar pegged to $1. So it lost like 90% of its value when Luna crashed.
It was like 97.
It
was close to 100% of its value.
But there's no regulation on that.
Down.
So regulation is going to come out for stable coins where you need real assets to back your stable coin. So if you have $1, one UST tether, you need $1 or gold or whatever they decide is legitimate to use to back your dollar, to keep it pegged to that $1. Should be 1 for 1.
And the crazy thing about Luna too, because I remember when that crash happened, that was, dude, I'm pretty sure that, well, let me actually look. Hold on. Yeah, no. Okay. Check that. Yeah. So Luna its all-time high was $19.54.
Yeah. I bought some around $11.
Yeah. It's at 41 cents. Talk about a discount.
Right.
So, but it's,
I still have mine.
But what's interesting though, is I think, what is the actual number of this thing? Because it's saying that the market cap number of this is 147.
What?
Which is really interesting to me, that even though it crashed
it's
so
still
hard,
there.
It's still there in the top 200. The negative news that came out, it's still like, that just goes to show that there's such a massive community, because if this thing could crash even more, I mean, to have a market cap still after that kind of news that's sitting at $167 million.
So it's at 40 cents.
Yeah, it's at 40 cents. So they might try to, I don't know if they're trying to recover that or whatever, but I don't know. These are like, this is why people need to do the research, because the majority of people that are still holding on to Luna are people that are like, well, hopefully it'll go back up. Hopefully but it's just like, you've lost so much trust in something like that,
Oh my God, right?
I don't think I see something like that coming back from the dead compared to a lot of the cryptos that are going to be taken off like mad in the top 50 market cap.
Yeah. No. I mean, so for me, I had wrapped Luna on Coinbase is where I was picking it up. So I'm stuck with this wrapped version of Luna, because I think I'm going to have to find a DEX or something and try to send it there, or just wait. And who knows, maybe 10 years from now, it makes comes out again stronger and better than ever.
I never bought it, but I just remember the day that it was like shaken, and it just it was so crazy. It just whoop, whoop. It was just
Right.
like people were buying and selling crazy mad on that. That was the scariest thing to watch. I'm like, I remember watching and being like, should I get in on this for a second just to see if I can just do a quick short?
Right.
Like, this is like wabam, smashing numbers. Throw $1,000 in, and all of a sudden it's just like all these buyouters just started going, and then it just like tanked.
So yeah, I'm trying to get a chart up of Luna. Yeah,
I just remember watching it. I was like, this is crazy. My friend called me up. He had a crap ton of Luna, and he's like, what's happening? And I'm just like, I don't know, dude. I would get right out of that.
I can't even find it, well, because when it crashed, it went from Luna to Luna Classic, I guess, because it's kind of like the charts I'm seeing.
It was so embarrassing that they had to get rid of the chart.
It's September of 2022. That's the Luna Classic. If I go to just Luna, if I find something good, I'll definitely share my screen.
Yeah,
but
you should look at a Binance chart with that.
Oh, it's this one. All right, I'm finding something here. It's just
But hey, Luna's up almost 0.5% today. It's crazy.
All right, I got something here. This is crazy. Check out this. This is the Luna chart. Right?
Dude, that's crazy.
Right, look at this. Look at it. It's like,
oh my gosh,
took
man.
off,
Yeah.
Like I said, I bought some. It was more than that. It went up to over $100 actually, because I was buying some like right in here, somewhere in here. I was just buying it around $30-$40, and then I should have took my money out. But this is what happens when people get greedy.
Yeah, right.
It was
we've
up
all
here,
been guilty of greed when it comes to this
and
stuff.
then it was Monday, April 11th, 2022.
Yeah.
Right. And then look at the progression of it going down. Like,
oh, dude, yeah, I will never forget it. It was so crazy.
And in a month, it went from $118, just to there. Oh, $118 to less than a penny.
So crazy.
Right. It's crazy. If I open it up, I mean, look at that. Just, yep, we're dead.
Yeah. That right there is sustainability for the graveyard.
Right. It went all the way down.
Oh, and it's still going down.
It still is.
It's just like, yeah. That's
so anyway.
Funny. Oh man, I feel bad for those of you who had lots.
Do your own research, and even if you do, I mean, But here's
a question that some people might have.
The experts that got,
should we stick in it? Should we stay in it? Because this is a huge problem that I think a lot of people make in cryptocurrency is they were so attached to an asset, that they decide, no, I'm just staying with it. I'm going to stay with it. They're not open to, just taking the loss.
Taking the loss and moving on.
Like the dollar cross averaging is really good, and you got to do that stuff, but like do it with some common sense of what it is that you're trying to dollar cross average into.
Right.
And
so
Luna
you might have
is
bought
probably not the answer to that.
No, it isn't. So you probably bought the coin, or I bought some coins, towards the peak of the last bull market. It happens. So eventually, if that project or cryptocurrency, if they're not still building and growing and improving, and you don't see anything happening with them, they're just letting it go.
Right.
You might want to look at taking a loss, getting out of that currency, and finding a new project that you believe in that's doing something, great, or changing the world or whatever.
Right.
And move on. But it's hard to do. Trust me. I have a handful of coins where I should probably just sell, but I'm not.
Right. But it's
I don't know
okay to
why,
like hold on to the,
because I guess everybody likes to have hope, you know, hope
yeah.
that this rainy day is going to come and, you know, it's going to at least get to a level where I can break even.
Yeah,
But
exactly. But
I've,
the
you
real
know,
question is like, would it make, so let's say you put $1,000 into cryptocurrency, okay, whatever it is, and then let's just say that you lose, you do an 80% loss. So now you're down to $200. All right. I mean, this is what happened with the majority of cryptocurrencies in the bear market.
right. Then you have
People
to have a
literally lost.
5X to get back to your
Right.
1,000.
But this is where you got to do the research and figure out why that it's not necessarily just because you were in a bear market that you lost 80% of your initial investment. It could very well potentially be because maybe the thing got hacked. I mean, take, for example, Harmony One. Harmony One had a massive hack in their network. And this happened, around the time that the bear market took off. And so, so does that mean that Harmony One is bad investment right now? You do your research, figure out if it is a bad investment right now or not, because the network got hacked. Millions and millions of dollars were taken
A
out.
lot of these coins aren't going to get back to their all-time high anymore.
No, because they lose the trust. And if you lose the trust, what ends up happening is somebody just reinvests that trust into a whole nother cryptocurrency and their liquidity is gone.
But one coin that I see that could retain its all-time high again is Solana. Right.
That I agree with.
Solana's been hacked. I don't know how many times, but
so many times.
I guess
and by the way, I've never bought Solana.
No.
I think we did actually. You and I did
just
one
a little bit
because our investors group. We had it for something.
Yeah, we had we needed Solana to purchase this other crypto, right?
Yeah, something with the parachains or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, and that one didn't work out too well, and I'm still holding on to it though, because it's like it's worth pennies.
No, I do think that there is something to be said for Solana. I'm actually curious
about. So, but Solana went down to below. It was like $200 or more at its high. It went down to below $10. Just as recent as like a few months ago, it was $10 or less. It's now like it's up $27 last time I looked.
Yeah.
So that's a 2.5x that it's had this year growth. I've been fortunate. I have a couple of altcoins where I've had, triple digit gains where I've pulled out profit. I still have some of, I keep, usually if I'm trading, I'll get 100% gain or more. I'm going to pull out half. I'll sell half just to pull out my initial investment. And then I'm playing with house money. So that for me takes out the emotion. People get nervous or worried. Oh, I'm going to lose my money, or they don't want to sell or they don't want to buy. But once I get my money out, the emotion's gone. Yeah. I'm just going to follow my whatever guidelines I have for that trade and just stick with it.
Yeah. No, and if you're a long-term investor in that particular asset, then there's your strategy. But just, I think people just get so caught up, and we say it all the time here on this channel, but like, and this is so obvious and preaching to the choir, but I think everybody needs to remind themselves that the whole buying in the green and selling in the red is going to destroy you over time.
Oh my God. Right.
It's going to destroy you over time.
Have a plan.
Have a plan. My goodness, have a plan. Yes.
Right.
So when are you planning on pulling out long term? That's a good place to start.
Right. Plan.
You and I know when we already have our plan on that.
Right. Whether you're a trader or you're holding, plan your trade and trade your plan.
Right. And by the way, for those of you who are curious about Brian and my opinion on when we were planning on pulling our crypto assets out, it's going to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but I believe we're looking at late 2025.
Right. Well, not as late. I'm looking. I think August,
early 2025.
Well, mid.
So that's a little bit more conservative to be pulling out, but I think it's very easily going to be running into November of 2025, and then you start seeing some backlash.
So right now, maybe we leave on this. Just my opinion and your opinion. Yes. So right now we have. I'm just going to pull up.
And guys, if you guys think, for those of you who are watching this, if you guys think that we're going to be going into a bull run, 2024, like and subscribe. 2025, like and subscribe. That way everybody likes and subscribes.
Right? Definitely.
Yeah. Bull run, we get no likes or subscriptions.
So here we are. We're at a little over $1 trillion market cap.
Yep.
So how soon do you think the total market cap will double? So I think we're going to see the market cap at $2 trillion by, my guess is probably by August of 2024. So
Yeah.
we're going to see it a little bit after the halving. We're going to have a market cap of over 2 trillion. And then from there, I think that could, 3 to 5x. So we could have a 8 to 10 trillion, $8 to 10 trillion market cap at the peak of the next bull market. That's what
crazy.
I think. I think
That's
August
crazy.
of
If that's true, that is
2024,
crazy.
August of 2024, we're going to have a $2 trillion market cap for crypto. That's my
Well,
prediction.
let's just really quick. What was the height of our past bull markets?
Like a little over 3 trillion.
Okay, so yeah, so you're looking at a triple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I think it's doable. It definitely is doable. I think that we're going to double.
Okay.
I think there's a double. And then,
And I
but
say
because you got to
triple.
think about like BTC is going to definitely be above and beyond trillion.
Right.
BTC is going to have at least a sixth of that, or no, probably
So
a third. It'll probably
I
maintain a third. So that means
with
that Bitcoin will be at a 2.2 trillion or something like that.
with everything going on, with all these ETFs that are going to get approved, I think Bitcoin is going to by itself is going to be between $2 and $3 trillion market cap by itself at the peak of the bull market.
If that's the case, then that puts you at a 612, 120 to $180,000 BTC.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and if that happens, I think overall we're going to see probably like a 8 to 10 trillion dollar market cap with Bitcoin. So look at, actually we're going here. So if Bitcoin's dominance,
I think conservatively from your point here, it's probably like that's $120,000 BTC, right? Because if you look, you're looking at BTC was $65,000 at $1 trillion market cap, right? So you double that, that's 120,000 BTC. Yeah. So that's the math in that. So realistically,
I think it's going to triple. That's me.
So you think it's going to triple?
I think the peak of the bull market. I think
so 180.
No, it's going to be more like 200,000.
200,000. That's like,
hey, what was the all-time high? 69,000, and that triples. That puts us at $207,468.58.
That's a 210,000. Really? No. Triple is 210,000 at 70,000. So 714.21. Yeah. So 21.
Yeah, so it's
$207,000 BTC.
Yeah.
Oh my
by
goodness.
August of 2025.
August of 2020. Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's my prediction.
Holy crap. Hey, we actually got somebody who commented finally.
What'd they say?
Hey guys. So he said, hey guys, bull run is coming. I want to get over 100,000 subscribers. Oh, he wants subscribers.
Okay.
Crystal clear camera, and I will comment in here and blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Well, maybe we're going to have to follow him.
Yeah.
But
definitely. So
yeah, dude, I don't know. This is crazy.
I know some people that's all they're buying, dollar cost averaging and just buying Bitcoin.
Yeah. No, and BTC, that is the ultimate end goal as far as like how much of that can you accumulate. And I got to be honest with you, man.
So,
I really have a lot more altcoins than I do BTC.
So do I.
Should be the other way around.
It should be. Actually, so my portfolio is about 20 to 25% Bitcoin, and then about 10 to 15% Ethereum. And then
it should be the other way around, and the
rest is all coins.
But to be honest, though, like in our last video, we talked about Bitcoin's dominance potentially being at its peak right now. And that's based on technical analysis from the last year. It was the last year or no. That was based on the technical analysis that was where we are right now in correlation to the last Bitcoin halving. Okay. So just to let me repeat that really quick for those of you who are watching. We did a technical analysis. Brian pulled up the chart on Bitcoin's dominance in the market. And we looked back, we looked left, and we saw that if you were to go back to where we are right now in correlation to the last Bitcoin halving, we were at the peak of Bitcoin's dominance. That's what we saw. So if history repeats itself, in theory, and this is, I don't know if we agree on this or not, Brian, but if history repeats itself, in theory, this would be the time to sell BTC into altcoins.
In theory, yes.
So with that being said,
but some people think the dominance is still, I'm going to share my screen again. But
yeah,
the
sure.
dominance hasn't peaked yet, right? So
Right.
here's the Bitcoin dominance. But the one thing that we talked about too was after this was 2017, the start of that bull run. So, but after that bull run, this is where I think altcoins really came about, and they started flourishing, right?
Yeah.
So here's the 200-day moving average. Bitcoin really, it's broken it a couple times, but it's always gone right back below. Because what happens is Bitcoin is going up, rising oceans raises all boats, but Bitcoin's going to lead the way. So it's going to rise. Its dominance is going to grow based against the altcoins, but it's never really using this 200-day moving average as support. It's always used it as resistance. It's always been resistance.
Yeah.
So, here in, this was in 2021, right?
Yep.
We had that bull run. It caught up to 73% dominance. I don't think we're going to see that.
That's so crazy, dude. 73% dominance.
Right. I think we're going to get,
that would be a great time to be
reacted the last week. It could get up to like 60% dominance, but
Yeah.
we're only going to see, I don't know if we're going to see that though. It would be like a quick spike, like right here, but we'll see. I mean, it's close right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Dude, that's exciting. So our friend here says that he wants to get us 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, he's
Definitely.
cool. I like him. I like him a lot.
All right. What's his does he have a name? Crypto Cody?
Yeah, his name is oh my goodness, I'm gonna butcher this.
All right.
Georgios Missilealia. I'm so sorry. I my attempt of reading that was awful. My apologies.
Maybe we'll have to get together with him.
Yeah, maybe we just pull him on the live at some point. Yep. Just talk about whatever.
All right. Well, anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed our little live video today. Please hit that like or subscribe button. That really help us out. And you have any last words before we head out for the day, Cody?
Yeah, just do your research, because this thing's going to take off quick, I think. I really
think so too. And I think it's going to happen before the end of the year. Yeah,
exactly. And, but just do your research, because there's a lot of crazy things out there. Don't want to invest in stupid stuff, and, but we will be back on. We do this every single week around this time, an hour prior to this. And we like to just talk about whatever. So throw it in the comments. What do you want us to talk about next week? Because there's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of news that's coming out, a lot of crypto coins that we could actually look at. If you throw it in the comments, what it is that you want to hear about next week, or if you guys want us to do any coin reviews throughout the week, we're always posting random crap. It's a lot of fun.
We are. It is.
It's just fun. We just want you to be a part of the family. I mean, we're not, there's really no serious agenda here, to be honest, other than just getting a bunch of subscribers and,
viewing our opinions, voicing our opinions on the market. We believe in it. I believe in cryptocurrency.
Oh, yeah.
I know you do, Cody. So
we're all into it.
It's the way the world's going to be going.
Oh yeah, 100%. So like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, and we would really appreciate it. And we will see you guys throughout the week. So
have a good week, everyone.